What's up, YouTube? It is Mars with Martian Garage. Today we're going to be replacing the water pump gasket on my 88 S10 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. Let's get under the hood. Let's get started. Alright, YouTube, first things first. To get to the water pump, which is here, we're going to have to remove the fan shroud and the fan. But first, you want to make sure you empty your coolant system. Now, we did the video yesterday of how to flush out your coolant system. So mine is completely dry. So, yesterday we learned that all radiators, almost all radiators, have a drain plug. It's a bolt or a screw. Take out, that'll drain the radiator. Then to drain the block, you're going to want to find your lower radiator hose and undo it. So, since mine's already drained, we don't have to do that. So first, we're going to take out these 4 bolts. There's one here, one here, one here, and one on the back side. There's 4 bolts. So, I'm going to go ahead, pull them off. So, I'm going to go ahead, pull them off. 10 millimeter, 4 bolts. We got those 4 out. Now there's 3 here, 10 millimeter. Take those 3 out. We'll be able to should be there right there, should loosen up our radiator shroud completely. Top half. Boom. All right. Now, the bottom half you can leave on if you want to. It's not going to get in the way. It's not going to get in my way. So, now we got to take the fan off. See what bolts those are. I'll be right back. All right. So, these are 13 millimeter bolts. There's 4 of them. So, what you're going to do is, I got a breaker bar, because they should be, I don't know if they're going to be hard to come off or not. You want to grab them and hold your fan. These are not that hard. So pretty much when you do it, you just want to hold your fan and break them apart. You want to push down on the fan and your breaker bar. Just nice and easy. You want to be easy. Don't put so much force. If you can't do it with a small breaker bar, get a bigger one and a pair of and get you a pipe wrench and hold it right there on this square piece and do it that way. But you don't want to use too much, because then you could end up dropping the ratchet and putting a hole in your radiator. Then you have to replace your radiator. So just nice and easy. All right. There's one. Now this should come right off, just like that. Whew. And there is the fan for my S10, and it looks like it's in good shape. A little bit of rust, but nothing too bad. There's your water pump pulley. It comes right off. Now we can see the water pump. So there is 1, 2, 3, and you can't see it, but there's one up underneath. 4 bolts to hold that water pump in. So, see what size they are. They should be 13. They are 13 millimeters. And they're loosening right up. So, same process. You go undo the 4 bolts. First, take off the water hose off of the water pump. Remove that. Remove your 4 bolts and pull the water pump down. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off, and I'll be right back. All right, so we have the water pump removed. This is the water pump off of my S10, and we can see right here that that's where the gasket failed at. That right there, the rest of it is still sealed. That right there came off loose. So I'm thinking that's where it leaked, where it was leaking from. It had a very slow leak. So we're just gonna go and pull this gasket off. And whoever did this gasket put way too much sealer up there, because you can see how it was blowed out around the edges. So see here, now we're gonna want to go and get all this gunk off. So when we did the thermostat, we used a Scotch-Brite pad, and we're still going to use a Scotch-Brite pad, but to help get some of this gunk off, I've got me a razor blade here. Basically what we're going to do is take this razor blade, so I'm in frame here, and we're just going to go around real lightly, get some of that crud off, like right there. Want to make sure we don't scrape the metal. We just want to get the crud out. Any of that leftover gasket we want to get out. You see there's some there. Go start sanding and get this all nice and clean. Alright folks, I'm gonna go finish getting this cleaned up and I'll come back. Okay YouTube, this here is where the gasket was. You see a lot of grease build up. You see some old gasket right there. And all that around. So we're gonna get this cleaned up. So here's the before and I'll show you after. Alright folks, here is the after. We got all that cleaned up. Gonna let it dry. And then we're going to get our gasket on, and I'll show you how to do that. Let's go ahead to the back of the truck, and we'll go ahead and show you how to put the gasket on. Alright, so here's our water pump, all cleaned up. And here's our new gasket. I went with a Felpro. So, I'm going to take this, figure out which way it goes. Right there. And that is how the gasket goes, just like that. Now what I'm going to do is when I'm ready to put it on the truck, I'm going to take me a bolt and run through there and just get it started and not push the water pump all the way up against the block, and make sure everything is seated perfect. And we'll tighten it down. Alright. Well, let me go see if I can get all that stuff ready and see if I can get a video angle for that. Alright, so clean the bolts up. mating surface here is clean and dry. Now on mine, the little ones were on the bottom and the long ones were on top. Just make sure you remember where yours went. Also make sure you put some blue Loctite on them. I am currently out of Loctite, so I'm just going to go and get this put on. Then I'm going to come back after the video later, after I run to the store, put some Loctite on them and put them back in. But I can still show you how we can do this. So and with the Loctite, you want medium strength. The blue Loctite will work just fine. So have our water pump with our gasket. We're just going to go ahead and run one bolt through there. You just want to get 1 or 2 threads started and then go and do your next one. Basically what we're doing is we're just getting our bolts started to make sure our gasket is laying flat. Okay, that one started. Okay. So I was wrong. The 2 long ones go on the right, on the left side. And the short ones go on the right side. I knew they were both together. So there we go. So that all flush. Okay. So there we go. Now when you go to tighten these down, you want to do your top left, bottom right. You want to go to your bottom left and then your top right. And you want to look in your if you have got like a Haynes manual, it'll tell you what your torque specs are. If not, you can probably just Google it and it'll tell you. I've got to Google mine to see what the torque specs are. Normally, the way I normally do it is if I have a paper gasket or a rubber gasket, I won't torque to spec. I will get them as tight as I can by hand, but make sure it's not enough to where it busts that gasket. So there we go, folks. There you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I'm gonna stop the video here, run to the store, get some Loctite, put all that in, and then we'll be back. Alrighty. Alright, we got that all buttoned up, ready to go. I can't find any torque specs on it, so I just did it hand tight. Now we want to get our lower radiator hose on, just like that. Sorry for the shakiness there. Now we want to go and tighten this up. Make sure you don't over tighten it. Next, it's our water pump pulley, and I did go and spray a little LA's Totally Awesome on it and got that cleaned up a little bit. So let's see, the easiest way is going to be to do this. You're going to want to get your bolts and try to get your holes lined up. Just like that. And also clean the fan. Gonna want to go ahead, bolt through there. You're going to want to get one started. Then we're going to go to the one across from it and get it started. Alright, so we got two started. One here and one here. Make sure that's in. Alright, so once you get them started, you're just going to go and tighten them up. We want to tighten them. Start at the top one. Go to the bottom, then to the left, then to the right. You want to do a crisscross pattern. All right, next step is we're going to, well, that's pretty much it, folks. Next you're going to want to put on your fan belt, which would be here. It shows you here how the fan belt goes. For video purposes, we are going to put on a new belt. This is a brand new belt. Hopefully it fits. They said this is what it called for, so we'll see. So we're going to want to go around the bottom crank. Now this is my vehicle. Your vehicle will vary unless you have the same truck as I do, which is an 88 S10 2.5. My truck does not have power steering and it does not have AC. This is an all manual work truck. We're going to go and pull that just like so, and then take you a 1/4 inch right there, pull it until, oh wait, come on, there we go, and get it on that, hold it, make sure everything is right, everything is aligned, and then boom. Now everything's tight, nothing spins. There you go. That's how you put the fan belt on. Now, I am going to go ahead and pull this fan belt back off. No, I can leave it on. I'll leave it on. Next step is our radiator, the top fan shroud. Be very easy. If you need to, you can take off your top radiator hose. I'm not going to need to. I'm going to slide this right on down in there. Just like so. Get us one of our bolts here. Get it started. Alright, I'll be right back. Let me get all these bolted up. There we go. Got all our bolts in. Got them in. Everything's tightened up. Now it is safe to fill your radiator back up. So, you see here, this is concentrate antifreeze. We are going to go and fill it up completely with this, and then add a gallon of water to the jug and go from there. Alright, we poured all the antifreeze in. We filled the jug back up with water. Now we're going to pour this in. So now, since we have filled up, now what you're going to do is crank the truck. Alright, now since the truck is running, the water will start going into the block and we'll have to add more. Now you just want to let the truck run, get up to temperature, let the thermostat open up. We'll make sure we ain't got no water leaks. I'll be back. Alright folks, that's it right there. We got it run. We did have a little bit of spillage. There was a pretty big air bubble in there. We massaged the hoses and got it out. But we have completely got all the air out. And yeah, we are good to go. So there you go folks. That's how you replace the water pump gasket or the full water pump if you need to do that on an 88 S10 2.5 liter. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm Mars from Martian Garage. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and I'll see y'all next time.